Hello student, today I am going to discuss about photoelectric effect. Okay, this effect discovered by the great scientist Einstein, and due to after discovering this photoelectric effect, he got Nobel Prize. Now, what is photoelectric effect? Let me explain. Let this is the metal surface, one of metal surface, a radiation. Okay, any type of radiation is falling on this surface. If the frequency or energy of the radiation is sufficient enough so that it can eject the electrons, this phenomena is called photoelectric effect. It means electrons is ejecting due to falling of radiation. Okay, as we know that metal surface consists of means very near to the metal surface free electrons is randomly moving. So by itself free electrons cannot eject from this metal surface because of ion positive attractive force due to positive ion inside the surface. Now if a sufficiently energetic radiation, if it is falling, then what happens? After taking energy from that radiated ray, electrons can eject from this metal surface, and this phenomena is called photoelectric effect. Okay, this is the photoelectric effect. Now this is the metal surface, radiation is falling, and if the intensity energy or frequency of the radiation is sufficiently enough so that it can eject the electrons, and this phenomena is called photoelectric effect. But electron cannot be seen at naked eye. Okay, but we know that flow of electrons produce current. So practically this is the arrangement. You see this figure, this is the metal surface, any type of, okay, now radiation is falling like this on this surface, and this here this is C means collector, it can collect, and this arrangement is connected with a cell whose with a cell V whose voltage is V, and it is connected also galvanometer. Now if it can eject the electrons, electron can collect here because it is a positively charged, so it will attract the electron, and as electron is flowing like this, so current will flow like this, okay, opposite direction. So galvanometer, we know galvanometer is the instrument which detects the current. So whenever radiation is falling on this metal surface, if the frequency is sufficiently enough that it can eject the electron, then it shows galvanometer needle deflect. It means current is flowing. It means here electrons are ejecting due to falling of this radiation on this metal surface. Okay, so okay, this is the arrangement practically. Okay, now it obeys some laws. There are 4 laws. Number 1, minimum frequency, which is denoted by nu naught. Now when radiation is falling on this metal surface, energy should be in minimum, means frequency should be minimum so that it can eject an electron. That minimum frequency is called threshold frequency, and that frequency is denoted by nu naught sign. Okay, less than this frequency electron cannot eject. Suppose red light is falling on this metal surface, okay, it can eject electron. But when blue light means suppose blue light is falling, okay, so it can eject electron. If red light fall, it cannot eject electron, because we know that energy E equal to h nu in case of photon. Okay, so or you can write h is the Planck constant, h c equal to nu lambda, so nu equal to c by lambda, or you can write this in terms of, this is in terms of frequency, this is in terms of wavelength. Okay, now here we know light is a dual nature. Okay, because some phenomena like interference or diffraction can be explained by considering light is a wave, but like photoelectric effect, quantum effect, we can explain by considering light is a consist of particles. That particles are called photon. Okay, and if each photon carrying this much of energy, E equal to hc. If this is in terms of frequency, this is hc by lambda in terms of wavelength. Okay, so c means speed of light. Okay, now we know that energy of blue light is greater than energy of red light, because we know red light, wavelength of red light is greater than wavelength of blue light. Okay, so now next law is instantaneous. This process is instantaneous. When radiation is falling on this metal surface, electrons, without any taking time, you can see the current through the circuit. It means it is instantaneous process. It does not need any time. Okay, within microsecond it will, or nanosecond it will start. Okay, it is instantaneous. Now number of photoelectrons. Now number of photoelectrons means those electrons which are ejecting from this metal surface are called photoelectrons, because these electrons are ejecting due to falling of radiation or photons. Okay, so these electrons given special name, that name is called that photoelectrons. So photoelectron, number of photoelectrons is directly proportional to intensity of the incident light. Intensity is increasing, number of photoelectrons will increase. Intensity is decreasing, number of photoelectrons will decrease. Okay, intensity of incident. Okay, now maximum kinetic energy. Now electrons as ejecting from this metal surface, so if mass of the electron is m and maximum velocity denoted by Vmax, then maximum kinetic energy half m Vmax square, we know. Now maximum kinetic energy of each photoelectrons is directly proportional to frequency of the radiation. It does not depends on intensity of the radiation. This is the fourth law. Okay, now you have to know some terms related to photoelectric effect. First is work function. It is denoted by capital W or sometimes W0. Now what is work function? It is the minimum required energy to overcome the electron from the attractive force of the ion present inside the metal. Okay, so this is called work function. Okay, now threshold frequency already discussed. It is the minimum frequency that is required to eject an electron. That frequency is called threshold frequency. It is denoted by nu naught. At less than that frequency, no electron can eject from the metal surface. Okay, this is the threshold frequency. And last one, number 3, stopping potential or cutoff potential. It is denoted by V naught. It is basically a potential. Okay, now see in this figure, if we connect this collector into positive terminal of the battery and it is negative terminal, it is positive terminal. What happened? Some electron will reach. Okay, let 1000 before changing polarity, 1000 number of electrons are reaching. But after changing polarity, what happened? Suppose 100 electrons is reaching. Now, if we increase this negative voltage, okay, first this is -1 volt, second we are 2 volt, -2 volt. Now, in -2 volt, suppose 50 electrons are reaching. Now, -3 volt, no electrons is reaching. Okay, it means if we give a potential which is negative on the collector, what happened? No electron are reaching at this collector, so current will not flow through this circuit. That potential is called stopping potential or cutoff potential. It is denoted by V naught. This is the formula to find stopping potential. Half m Vmax square equal to E V naught. E is the charge of electron, V naught is the stopping potential. Remember, stopping potential or cutoff potential is its unit is volt and it is always value is in negative. Okay. Now next, Einstein photoelectric equation. This is the Einstein photoelectric equation. E equal to W plus half m Vmax square. Okay, or you can write in place of E, we can write h nu. W in place of W you can write also W naught, this is work function, okay, and half m Vmax square, or in terms of frequency h nu. Now W naught equal to related to threshold frequency, so in place of W naught or W we can write h nu naught plus half m Vmax square. Here h is called Planck constant, okay, its value is 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 34 joule second, okay. Nu is the frequency of the radiation, nu naught is the threshold frequency, m is the mass of the electron, and Vmax is the maximum velocity of each electron, okay. Now these are the you can write this form also, you can write this form also, you can write this form also. So these are the three formats. Another format is related to wavelength, okay, I will discuss later on. So according to question you have to write either of this equation or this equation or this equation, okay. Now next is 1 eV. What is 1 eV? It is unit of means SI unit of energy. We know the SI unit of energy is joule. It is bigger unit, okay. Another unit is electron volt. What is the definition? When one electron is accelerating through a potential difference of 1 volt, then the energy gained by that electron is called 1 electron volt or 1 eV. Now we can 1 eV in place of 1 eV we can write 1 e into 1 volt, okay. Now 1 e means charge of electron, 1 electron 10 to minus 19 coulomb, and 1 volt, so 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb volt, so 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. Coulomb volt equal to joule. So you can see that 1 eV is very small unit, okay. It is 1.6 into 10 to the minus 19 joule, okay. So here in here we have to use EVU. It is very small unit of energy, okay. So for time being, just you go through all these things that, okay, and also related to this topic I gave some notes, and you just go through the notes and also numerical problem so that you can understand this topic clearly, okay. So thank you.